Welcome back, the Brothers from Englewood podcast, Hoopy Live. Got a fresh guest in the audience, and looking forward to just kind of chopping it up. But before I do, I'm gonna ask if you would like, subscribe, share, ring the notification button, so we'll know that you got the notification, and you'll be abreast as to when the next episode is going. The other thing is, I want to say thanks for all of you who have been following us, been putting comments in the chat, giving us the love, helping us to monetize this situation, and much appreciated. And just say thanks once again. I got a special guest, Kevin Bradley Sr., local talent out of the Inglewood area, but also he represents Los Angeles County. So it's just a privilege to have him in to talk about some things that he has accomplished, and some things that are going forward even now. And so I just want you to introduce yourself to the people.
How you doing, y'all? I'm Kevin Bradley, aka Bean. Like you said, I went to Crenshaw High, class of '97, from Inglewood, California.
Yeah, that's what's up. I think one of the biggest things most people want to know, and I'm gonna just ask you this: growing up in Inglewood, seeing what you saw, especially in the sports community, what convinced you to go abroad and not stay home and play from one of the local high schools, Inglewood High on one side? How did you get to Crenshaw?
I got to Crenshaw from Coach Stevenson.
Okay.
Rick Stevenson from Crenshaw High School.
Okay.
He was coaching JV there, actually.
Okay.
And my 8th grade year at Crenshaw, I heard about Crenshaw from T folks.
Okay.
And, Stein and everybody. Rico Hines. Rico Lowry.
Yeah.
Rico like my play brother. So
Yeah.
He was always in my ear about Crenshaw. My dad knew about Crenshaw. So, it just...
they recruited you away.
Yeah, they pretty much it was a better situation for me at the time, I think. Being a teenager, like you said, growing up in Inglewood, your friends. Some friends are doing this, some friends are doing that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to stay on the hoop route.
Yeah.
So, me going to Inglewood High School or Morningside, it was kind of like, it was an if for me. Like, I don't, the streets probably would have called me or not.
Yeah. Got you.
What I'm saying? So,
I
kind of went over there just because I knew if I was going to Crenshaw, that wasn't my neighborhood. So
Right.
I was gonna stay on the right path.
Right. So really, it was the decision was sort of prompted by not wanting to fall into the wrong hands. Make bad decisions or whatever.
Seeing T folks. Like you said, you're Inglewood guy, Rico Inglewood guy. Going to Crenshaw kept them on the path of playing ball. So and they was doing good. So why try to put myself in a situation where I see like they have concrete, program over there.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
They kept them straight, so I figured they could keep me straight too. So.
Right. Now, the culture of Inglewood, what was that like when you was coming up? Because you obviously played at Crenshaw, right?
Yeah.
You went to Crenshaw, because I knew Coach Stevenson well. He used to, Al Neal was really one of my first coaches. So Al Neal and Rick was real tight. So they used to train a brother when we would come up to Rogers Park or whatever. But what was the culture like in Inglewood when you was growing up?
Well, I started at Darby and Rogers Park, so I was Inglewood bound. That was it. That's all I pretty much knew.
Okay.
I never played in the Inglewood Y though. That was one thing
I did.
I wish I could have did that. But so Darby and Rogers Park, Coach Davis is over there.
Okay.
They held me down. Harold Jones' mom was my first coach.
Okay.
So Harold, and then I started hearing about Harold Miner and Mario Bennett and all of them. Rick Stevenson had a good lineup. He knew how to sell it. He had a pitch for me coming out of elementary. So I initially went to La Tijera my first 3 months of 7th grade.
Okay.
And about like Halloween, my dad was like, "Nah, going over here to this basketball team at
Crenshaw." All right. So that was what's up, because obviously you always had a supporting cast. You know, you had your father, your older brothers that helped you stay within that community, which is great. A lot of guys don't have that type of nucleus.
Yeah, and even with my brothers, even they friends.
Yeah.
You know, some of them was game bangers and some of them wasn't, but even the game bangers like kept me on the right track. Right. Even with my 2 brothers, they didn't never do none of that stuff. They kept them in the right track. So the Bradley family was like, we was our own. Like,
there you go. You stood on your own.
Feet and everything else. So they really didn't come at it as much. You know, they was our friends for sure. You know, we grew up with them, but everybody like kept us together. Like, it was a whole community thing. So.
That's what's up. Which a lot of kids, again, they don't have that. They're not fortunate to have that type of community. Al Neal was the one that told me about you. It was a couple of guys down through the years that he would always call me and say, "Hey, I want you to come and look at this guy. I think he's gonna be a really good one." And anytime he would say somebody was gonna be good, they were really good. Because he didn't say it all the time. Because, you know, he knew the game, he played the game. And like I said, I've been playing with him since I was 10. So when he said, "Hey, I need you to come and look at this guy," it was you, which was later on. He told me about Gumby first. He's like, you know, because it was only a handful of guys he ever told me to come and look at. But when I saw you, I was like, because it was open run. You was at Rogers. And I was like, this dude little, you know. You know, I was like, man, this dude is little. But then I started watching you, and I was like, man, he don't really say nothing. He's smooth. It's like he on attack mode, but he don't look like he on attack mode. And I was like, that alone was unique. Your style and how you approach the game, to me, because I was always an IQ guy. You know, I was cerebral, but I was really aggressive. You had all the results, but it didn't look like it. It's like, you know, it was just like, man, this is easy for him, you know. And I think, to me, that separated you from a lot of other, especially point guards, because, you know, point guards were usually very vocal and just, you know, you talk to your team. You dealt with the game at hand. You managed the game. And so with that, bro, is that just a part of your personality? Is that being?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm pretty quiet unless I need to talk or unless you're really close to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really like you said. I mean, I was vocal. I'm vocal, but
you're
not gonna see it. I'm not animated with it.
Right.
I'm gonna walk up to my teammate and whisper in his ear something like that. But
this is my strong opinion, and it's not like I've never said this to any of those guys, or like I wouldn't say it to the community. I always felt that you were ahead of Barron and Kenny in the 10th grade. At that point of the 10th grade, to me, I always felt you were ahead of them. But at the end of the day, even at the end, your senior year, I still felt you were the most complete one. It's just that they were more charismatic. I think it was like a public relations thing with them, because when you look at it skill for skill, pound for pound, you really had the complete package. Barron separated in a sense of a national scale when his legs kicked in. But see, you was already dunking. Yeah. See, you was already, and that was the thing I tell people. I said, nah, man, this dude already had the package. He just wasn't this charismatic guy where people was, you know, he had images behind him. Yeah. To me, that translated in their game.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, vocal. Sure. You know, what was it like actually being one of those top 3 point guards in the state of California coming out?
Oh, it was cool, man. It was a great time. I mean, those my boys, BD and KB. We ran together. So
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, I always felt like I was right there with them.
Yeah,
all the time. It wasn't no separation like
right,
that.
Right.
They could say what they. I mean, the people can say what they want, but like you said, talent-wise, I mean, I can shoot better than most of them.
Exactly.
I can pass just as good.
Exactly.
I'm defending just as good.
Exactly.
I'm running my team just as good.
And you were winning.
Yeah, I'm winning. So
yeah.
I mean, it just, you know, the politics is, you know, you don't play for such and such. You don't play for this. You ain't going to national with this team. Such. Right. And I had a dad that, like, he taught me about loyalty. So I'm playing with Caney Bulls my whole high school career.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm not playing with nobody else until he gave me my 12th grade year. He said, okay, you can go play with whoever. You got scholarships on the table.
Right.
You know, then I play with Dart. Play with some other people, but for the most part, I was staying loyal to Caney Bulls. So
that's what's up.
That kind of, I guess, if you want to say hurt me, but I don't say it.
I don't think it hurt you. I don't think it hurt you. I think number one, to me, that's what a lot of kids today lack. They don't have loyalty. They don't have commitment. They don't want to see a lot of things through.
Exactly.
Obviously, you were building that whole time, because what you ended up accomplishing with your high school team was really just a transfer over to what you had learned foundationally, right?
Exactly.
So we know that you an Inglewood guy. We claim you. You already made your mark. You know what I'm saying? So that's official. You certified. And I think we get into this thing where people always talk about LA players versus Inglewood players, or Orange County players. Tell me this: when you were coming along through the circuit and even on the high school level, Alistair Fox, bro,
my dog.
This dude, he was unique because he was slim. It didn't seem like he could do the things that he did. What was it like playing in the backcourt with him as opposed to some of the other guys you may have even played AAU with? What was the difference with him? Because it seemed like you guys were you clicked. You knew where he was at. He knew how, explain that.
I mean, it was pretty easy with Al Fox. Because I know if I'm passing it to him, he gonna shoot it regardless. So he gonna be wherever. He gonna be in the right spots. Everything, but Al, that's my brother too. I met him in the 9th grade.
Okay.
I think, and he wasn't even playing ball like that. Actually, he was playing freshman, sophomore. Yeah.
Really?
So he was putting up 50 a game, and coach was like, "You gotta come up, man. You playing around." So yeah, shout out to Al, because he had a great career after that too.
Yeah. As a high school All-American, as a top All-State player, you were City Player of the Year. You had all these accolades that, to me, you're like an unsung point guard out of California, especially SoCal, because we mentioned a lot of guys who never won.
Yeah, they do.
We mentioned a lot of guys, and I always try to statistically help guys understand why this guy should be considered as opposed to a guy who had an image, some kind of name, right? Because Kenny won, extremely on the high school level. You won extremely on the high school level. They mentioned Sam Crawford a lot. I saw Sam. I was older, but I even played against Sam. And Dart brought him to Rogers to help us, me and Lil Pookie Wigginton. We went up against him. We couldn't steal the ball from him. The dude was just, he was just like that. So they always mention Sam as being one of the top point guards coming out, but Sam never won. It's no discredit to his talent and his ability, because the guy was a showman. I say we need to talk about guys like yourself more, simply because you're a part of the history. So when you talk about Crenshaw guards, do you know of some of the guys that came before you and what made them great in comparison to your high school career?
I didn't get to see too many of them. The Kevin Ollies I missed.
Chico
I missed. I know the older guy, Frank.
Yeah.
I missed him, but
Your coach played, Ellis.
Yeah, Coach L for sure.
You know, he was animated. You know how he was.
Yeah, lefty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hear the stories about him. I mean, like I said, I never got to see him.
Okay.
The guards that was there when I was there was Tank, came from Fremont.
Yeah.
And we had a little dude named Keith Davis.
Yeah.
He was nice.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much was it. Like, so I can't really speak. I can't speak on too much on the old head point guards, but
yeah, you came from some good stock, man. Darwin Cook, of course, he made the league. Played for the Nets and a couple other teams, which me and DH had a chance to sit and watch. You know, because these guys came to Rogers Park all the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, we were little young guys watching these guys play. The other thing is this. Why did you end up going to Compton College and then eventually choose Utah? You know, I went to school in Utah.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Well, first, start off, we passed the SAT, me and Al Fox, and they said we cheated. The last SAT we took, so.
Okay. They notified you.
Yeah, I was sick of it. They said you can retake it. I said, nah, I'll just go junior college route.
Okay.
So me and him went to Seattle Shoreline Community College in Seattle.
Okay.
And I played a year there. Then I went to Irvine Valley. Coach Lorenzo Romar sent me to Irvine Valley. Okay. I broke my foot there, sat out that year.
Oh.
And Compton was just, you know, they was on right at that time. So transferred to Compton with Coach Powell.
Okay. Damon Powell.
Yeah, Damon Powell. And then, I had options on the table from there.
Really?
It was UNLV, Utah, St. Louis. And I was chasing Romar around. First off, I was trying to.
Yeah, he always spoke highly of you.
Yeah.
He always spoke highly of you.
Yeah, so I chased him Pepperdine, couldn't get there. He went to St. Louis. Then I found out he about to leave to go to Washington.
Okay.
I was like, oh well, let me scratch that off. I can't keep on chasing him.
Right.
And UNLV was just too much like home.
Okay, it was too close.
I didn't want to get caught up.
Okay,
I didn't want to get caught up in the fast life. So.
Okay.
Again, I wanted to change, just like I changed from Inglewood to go to Crenshaw. I wanted that change.
So that's just your personality too.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because I think I can adapt to a situation. So I said, man, they were like, oh, there's gonna be Mormons out there. I'm like, I'm cool with Mormons.
Right.
I never met none, but
they're nice people.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
So I said, let me just take this route to Utah and change my life, and see what goes on.
So playing for a historical, legendary coach, rest in peace, Coach Majerus. He was a brilliant mind. This guy knew. I mean, the NBA had been trying to get this guy for years because, I mean, it seems like he just eat, sleep, basketball. This is. I mean, right, you can talk to him about anything, and basketball is going to come up. So, and then you came out the same year as an All-American out of Utah. What is Spivey?
Yeah, Travis Spivey.
Okay, Spivey was he was more of a combo, right?
But
he was a point.
He was a point.
Okay.
He was a point because he can get buckets.
Yeah, because I saw that you went in starting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you battled, but obviously, what was it like playing for Majerus?
Oh, the best time of my life. One of the best times of my life.
Really?
Top two for sure.
Wow.
Like you say, brilliant.
Yeah, he was
smart.
brilliant. Yeah.
Smart coach.
Yeah.
I mean, just simplified everything for you.
Wow.
Simplified everything. I mean,
really?
We had over 100-some plays, but you wouldn't know that just by how he broke it down.
Really?
He made the game so easy.
Right.
And
he already researched it, planned it out.
He had it.
All you had to do is just do it.
Yeah, he had it, and he let you play. I mean,
wow.
He don't.
Okay.
It's a system, but within the system you can get yours.
Okay.
And he wasn't trying to hold nobody back. Just make the right play.
Did Andre Miller factor in your decision to play there? Because
not really.
He had a great career.
I mean, I heard of Andre Miller back then, but
you didn't see him at Herb?
Really,
you never saw him? You never played against him?
Wow. I seen him play maybe like growing up as a teenager, once or twice, but I never really knew who he was.
Really? Well, Paul Pierce said the same thing. Paul knew him, but Paul said he didn't realize he was that good until they played him in the Artesia tournament. Dude had 35.
Yeah, see.
I was like, huh?
I didn't really, even when he was at Utah, when they got to the tournament, I started saying like, oh, this dude can go. Like, oh, he's from Verb, oh,
Yeah.
he can go.
Yeah, he was good.
So,
he was extremely good.
yeah, man. Once I got to Utah, man, Andre became real cool. He helped out a lot.
And I know people want to know this too. Who inspired you? Were there any players, especially at your position, that you looked up to, who were, and I know your brothers were great mentors to you, who inspired you to play the position and to excel the way you did? Was there any guard out there that you said, you know what, I like him, I want to?
I mean, first off, I got to say one person, number one person, my dad.
Okay, all right.
That's it. That's the one that.
Okay.
I ain't know nothing about no positions or nothing
Right.
of that. I used to go watch him play. And
Right.
He did it all. So.
Right.
I mean, so I just gotta give him all
Okay.
the love and respect.
Okay.
'Cause
All right.
That's where it came from.
Yeah.
And then I mean, after I started playing, and I guess he started seeing some goodness in it.
Yeah.
I mean, he used to take us to LMU to watch the pro-am.
Oh yeah, that's big.
What's
That
your boy
big.
name? Pooh? Oh, yeah.
Pooh Richardson?
All right, man. That's my dad. He be up there. Pooh.
Oh, he like
Pooh. Pooh. I used to watch
That's my
Pooh
guy.
Richardson all
That's
day.
my guy,
so.
man. We were same year. Yeah, that's my
Pooh.
guy.
So
Yeah.
like, if you talking about players,
Uh-huh.
go back to Pooh.
Okay.
And then, like I said, once I got to like middle school and high school, Kenny Anderson,
Oh yeah.
Chris
yeah.
Jackson.
Yo. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably them three.
That's great because coming from Inglewood, knowing what came out of there, and then going to Crenshaw, which is historical in itself. Nobody can take away what Crenshaw. People talk about Westchester,
Yeah,
and that's good,
That was
but
later.
Crenshaw is still Crenshaw in my eyes.
for sure.
And tables turn over the years or
Exactly.
whatever, but at the end of the day, we know Crenshaw got it the right way. You know what I'm saying? They got it the hard way, but
For years.
for years, man. And so when I think about these Englewood guys going to other schools, playing for the city, Tremaine Folks, Rico, and then I think in the
Maurice.
80s, Mo went, Maurice, because he left Morningside
Yeah.
and went over there. But then, Coach Stevenson was over there.
Exactly.
So that was an Englewood
Exactly.
plug in itself. Do you have any... Okay, before I ask that question, what did you do after you left Utah?
Left Utah. I left early. I had 1 year left, and me and Majerus got into it
Oh, okay.
because he was gone that first year I was there.
Yeah, because he had some kind of
he had
heart
some
surgery or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was ill pretty much the whole season.
Okay.
So I was just going, playing and stuff. Coach Hunsaker took over, his best friend,
Okay.
and me and Hunsaker just knocked heads.
Okay.
He was just on me.
Okay.
They tried to kick me off the team a couple times that year. The team voted for me to stay. So
Really?
I got through the whole year, and then once Majerus came back, he took his best friend's side pretty much, and gave me an ultimatum. And I just told him I'm leaving. I'm out.
Wow. Okay.
I left, and then I went overseas, straight overseas.
Where'd you go?
Austria.
Okay.
Went out there for 10 months straight.
Okay.
And, just started my pro career after that.
Okay. All right. If there was let's just say there was a scenario where you could stay another year of college or put your name in the draft versus going overseas, which one, looking in hindsight, which one do you think would have benefited you the most at that time? I mean, you had the skill.
Staying another year.
Definitely. Staying another year to develop.
Yeah, biting that bullet, staying another year. They were trying to get me to transfer. There was a couple of schools wanted me to transfer, but back then you had to sit out a year.
You had to sit, and then you only had, because you already went to JUCO.
Exactly.
So you only had 1 year. You would have had to go down D2
Yeah,
or
to
something.
play the first,
Yeah.
my year that I transferred. So it was just, like I said, that's why to answer your question, I would stay another year.
Okay.
Bite that bullet, do my academics for that year,
Okay.
focus on my training and all that, stay ready.
Yeah.
I just sucked it up and just played next year.
Did you ever get hurt? Did you have any major injuries to where, when did you stop playing and why did you stop playing as a pro? Because I remember when you went overseas.
Yeah. Now, I played with like 8 years overseas.
Okay.
I had my son.
Okay.
I had my son in 03.
Okay.
And, my last 2 years overseas was pretty much Mexico.
Okay.
I just wanted to be home.
There you go.
I wanted to be home with him and start taking care of him and
I got you.
getting things together for him.
See, that's the foundation, man. You obviously got a great foundation with your mom, your father, your brothers. That community, it never left. The foundation never left. And I commend you about that because so many guys, they just keep going. They got a family and, whether they have a spouse or not, they still got a kid's mother. So, you got responsibilities there. And I commend you for that because a lot of guys, I don't want to call them selfish, but a lot of guys make those decisions to do their thing. Mm-hmm. And obviously it paid dividends. You got 2 great kids and they love you. I watch them all the time and I see how you guys interact. And I think it's nothing greater than a child showing love for their parents. Sure. So I just commend you for being a great dad.
Appreciate it.
I think now that we're talking about the family, what do you think about your son, Kevin Bradley Jr.? Like, I got a chance to see him when he was really small and watching him when I was like, this guy's better than all these guys. Then my little boy got a chance to play with y'all. Yeah. But tell me a little bit about your son.
KJ's pretty much got a lot of comparisons to me. Quiet for the most part. He's talented as heck. I'll give him that. He's a good kid though. Good kid, respectful kid.
Okay.
Like I said, basketball-wise, he got a great upside.
Yeah.
If he stay focused and keep working hard and keep chasing his dreams. It's gonna be something. Yeah. They always do the comparison with. We're gonna stop this right now too. Keep asking me, man, you better than your dad? You better than your son? You better than your dad? Hey, he's supposed to be better than me.
Right.
I want him to be better than me.
Right.
Let's get that out the way now. So no more questions about that. KJ, I hope you're better than me one day.
Right. Yeah, no, that's what's up, and that is true. You want your kids to do better than you.
Always.
What was it like, man, for him to go to the same high school? He didn't wear your number though.
Yeah.
He wore 5, right? And you wore 10. He wore 5.
Yeah.
Did he eventually wear 10, or did he wear 10 when he left?
He started wearing 10 when he left.
Okay.
So the plan was for him not to go to Crenshaw first.
Oh, really?
I was sending him to Harold Jones at St. Pius X.
Oh, yeah.
9th grade year, he was there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
He did that 1 year over there,
Uh-huh.
and some things happened.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get back. He was like, I'm serious, Dad. I can do it. I can make it. Blah, blah, blah. I said, talk to your mom.
Okay.
So the mom talked to Coach Waters, and next thing I know, he called me like, I'm going to Crenshaw.
Okay, all right.
And it panned out. That was the thing. I didn't want him to I didn't want to force him to follow my steps.
Right, you want him to be his own person and chase his own dream.
So,
well, that's great. That's great.
It worked out for him. He had a great career at Crenshaw.
Yeah. When you look at him, of course, we know he's yours. And then we look at his skill set, and we're like, wow. Yeah. Your games are similar, but different. You know what I mean? But it's still a joy to see KJ because it's not often that you see someone be as good as their parent or perceive. Just go beyond that. And looking at him, it's like, wow, look what I've created. You know what I'm saying? You and your, his mom, y'all looking like, ooh, look what we created. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta remember. My thing was, and it is with him all the time. I've been down this journey
Yeah.
I know the mistakes. I know a little bit what it takes to, what road not to take, what road to take, how to deal with certain situations. So when I was raising him from 4 or 5, teaching him basketball, I'm pushing him. I'm showing him things that I've probably learned overseas. Like I'm
next level.
He's
stuff.
advanced.
Yeah,
like,
next level
so,
stuff. Yeah.
And as a kid, when he was younger, he used to be like, "Why can't I travel? Why can't I double like the other kids? Like, because they get in the way." I'm like, "Nah, it's gonna work out for you in the long run. So continue to play the right way."
Yeah.
And it was frustrating for him, but it was a learning lesson. Like, he had to learn that.
Yeah.
So so I'm giving him. I gave him like everything that I've got and that I've learned from other people. Even like Rick Majerus, he knows a lot about Rick Majerus just because I talked to him about how I learned from him and trying to input it into his game. So,
wow.
Like I said, so that's maybe why they asked that question. Like, oh yeah, he's different. Yeah, he's different because he got more.
He got more knowledge, more information.
Yeah, and he knows. And I'm pushing him to go.
Exactly. He got more hands-on experience.
Exactly.
I think that's a valuable contribution that a father can make to his child, or even a kid that you're coaching, because you got into coaching for quite a while. Obviously, you coached my little boy, who eventually stopped playing. 6'4", man. And but he's a great student. He's a senior in college, and so he's excelled academically. And that was all I ever wanted for him. I just was hoping that maybe you can use this as a vehicle to have your education paid for. But nonetheless, I appreciate you coaching my little boy and wanting him to develop and stay with it. Yeah. I mean, that was a no-brainer. But what is your vocation right now? I mean, I know you're taking care of your family, and you've always done that, but are you coaching? Are you training? What are you doing right now?
I'm doing some training. Some people can get me back out there, but not everybody.
Some people.
Still trying to help out with the kids as much as possible. And, just being a dad, a husband. And, just taking care of them.
Good leader,
family, man. That's it.
If you could go back and speak to that young Kevin Bradley, not senior, Kevin Bradley, what would you say to Kevin Bradley being in this position that you're in, what you know now? What would you say to that young Kevin Bradley that was coming up?
Take every day serious. That'll be my thing.
Okay.
In all aspects.
That's your takeaway.
Yeah. As far as your family, love your family every day. If you love basketball, hey, treat it like you love it every day. Academic, school, treat it like you love it every day. Just love life. Just appreciate life every day. That's
what's up. The last thing I gotta ask this, because people always, I don't like to do it.
I've been waiting. I said, I hope he don't cut it off before he asks. So let's get to it.
I just, people always comparing, right? And there's, that's, to me, that's good competition or whatever. Who were some of the best point guards that you played against? And tell me who gave you the most trouble.
Best point guards I played against.
You played against a lot of them.
Yeah. Arthur Lee.
Wow.
From North Hollywood.
Went to Stanford.
Yeah.
Bad boy.
Played overseas in Israel when I was out there.
Wow.
He was a man.
Wow.
Jelani Gardner.
Big guard.
Love him.
He was class of 93, right?
Yeah. He's nice.
So he was.
He's nice. So
he can shoot it too.
Yeah, he can play. And of course, Barron.
Yeah.
One more. Oh, them the three that I had problems with.
Okay.
They go play. They go play every game. So they compete.
Yeah.
But again, I held my own, so it's all right. I ain't never got killed. So.
Right. I think a lot of people have always, did this comparison thing, and it's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Although, if a guy wasn't in that era, in that generation, you can't compare him. It's impossible. You can go statistics or whatever, but I know that a lot of people know your name. They know what you did. They don't talk about it as much until Crenshaw is mentioned. Because when you mention Crenshaw, you gotta mention you and Alistair, because you guys won. You excelled, and so to have you here to talk about, your road to perdition, so to speak, is a privilege for me, because I love point guards. I love, the game. It's changed a lot, but I've always had a lot of respect for you. I've always admired the way you approached basketball and just how you maturated, through life, and then how you caregive for your children. I mean, to me, man, that's like extraordinary to see a father his children, and respect, people like that. So I just want you to know, man, I appreciate you coming, spending time.
Thank you for having me.
I think a lot of people are gonna enjoy just some of the, snippets of what we talked about, because as you forestated, you don't really mess with a lot of people. You don't talk a whole lot, and I do want to say thanks to Lil Chuck.
Oh yeah, for sure. Fat Magic, my family right there.
Yeah, because he really orchestrated it and made sure that I got you.
Do it.
Yeah, I was like, man, I gotta get him. So, is there anything you want to say, to kind of quiet the noise, or put the rumors to rest?
Honestly, I do. I don't be wanting to do it, but I gotta do it. All these point guards from Englewood, I'm number one. I'm the number one point guard out of Englewood, hands down.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And I love you too, Dominique. You're my dog. I learned a lot from you.
That's what's up.
I wanted to mention that earlier when I said point guard, that you was one of the guys from Darby and Roger Park that I looked up to.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from.
Yeah. That's what's. I mean, it. You guys. It's a fraternity.
Yeah.
I would never put my name in the hat, but at the end of the day, that fraternity is rich.
Yeah.
We all saw, some success and things of that nature, but I had to bring you on, man, and I appreciate your time. And, I'm going to say thanks to everybody for tuning in. I'm going to ask you to like, subscribe, share, ring the notification button so you'll be abreast as to when we're coming back on with fresh and new content. I got the one and only Kevin Bean Bradley Sr. in the studio. We out here though. We actually at Sand Dune Park. This is where all the real G's came to develop and get their cardio together, work on their core and their explosiveness. This is a place where we worked on resistance training. And so it is a privilege to have a legend here sitting with us today. And so we look to talk to you soon with some fresh content. Thanks for everything. Peace. Oh, man.